constantly educating ourselves.
It's the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation has free tools and information developed by experts because kids' mental health starts with all of us. Scan the QR code or check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
All of your favorite 1017 The Truth content whenever you want. The Truth app has it all. The Truth is on 1017 and 1510 WGKB Waukesha, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
It's time! It's time! It's beta time!
You are watching a master at work.
Truth Nation, get ready for the greatest 60 minutes in radio, giving you his authentic and bold opinions, bringing you all the information, entertainment, and conversations you gotta hear. From local issues to trending topics and headline news, it is time for Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube. Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is your award-winning host, Kyle Wallace.
Truth to Power here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. I am your host of Truth to Power, Kyle Wallace, and I'm coming to you live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue, at the 3rd Street. Oh, excuse me, at the Avenue. That's it. It's inside the 3rd Street Market Hall, I guess. I'm Kyle Wallace, the host. You can watch and stream us live on YouTube by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. That's 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Or you can call in, text in at 833-212-1017. That is the Truth Talk in text line. I'm going to go to YouTube myself, so I can go to YouTube and watch this live as well. And shout out to my producer, Rhea Riley, on the ones and the twos.
Top of the afternoon to you.
And shout out to you, Truth Nation. Woo, it was a weekend. Hot, raining, a lot of different things going on this past weekend. A fun weekend, did a lot of different things. Very, very, very excited. Now, before I get into everything, talking about my weekend, is Friday. Friday was crack-a-lack-a-lacky, as Tyrone would say for me, because I had some family in town. And so my family all came over to the crib. We pregame. We went to Summerfest. And let me tell you, I love my family. I mean, I adore my family, and I love the fact that I had an opportunity to hang out with my family on Friday as we all went to Offset. But let me tell you about these people. Boy, they eat you out your house, they drink you out your house, they party out your house. I was so happy when they was gone. It was stinking. I was just like, man, get y'all behinds up out my crib. But I love them, and I can't wait till the next time that I get to have them, as I'm hosting the little young ones coming over today. Her and her little friend are coming over and spending the night over at her big cousin Kyle's house. So, yeah, so exciting times here at the Wallace household. But
what you gonna do with the little baby girl?
She's 13.
Oh,
so,
are you doing a summer party?
I don't know. 13, but she's like 6 feet tall.
Okay, and?
Not lying. I just say she's a tall girl. Very tall. But, yeah, no, her and her little precious friends, I don't know. They gonna hang out. I don't know. They back at the crib. My girl they get into the house this afternoon. I don't know. I got stuff to do. I don't know. That's another one. My girl was like, "What they want to eat? What they want to do?" I'm like, "Here go more money." So she getting some snacks for them. So
you gotta get some snacks.
Yeah,
like manicures and pedicures.
Hell
like
no, manicures and pedicures.
Like a painting.
Oh,
party?
you mean we
Just
go?
kid stuff?
Yeah, no, that's a mess. They gonna mess up my. I don't want them to spill nothing on the carpet. They got to be careful.
They're just gonna sit there and stare at you.
No, it can be in the basement. I said the basement is they got a bathroom, shower, everything in the basement they need. They can stay down there in the basement. They have covers. They got the tic-tac-toe Connect 4 game. They got the TV. They can watch YouTube. They can eat. They can do whatever the hell they want.
One board game, a bathroom, and some screens.
No. Connect 4 is it's a big one. It's a human life-size Connect 4 one. Is that what you would call it?
All right.
The life-size. And then my girl gonna get them some. I don't know. They going swimming tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know what 13-year-olds do. Probably talk about boys, be on the phone. That's all they gonna do. Be on YouTube. I don't know, but they gonna eat me out my house too. So I'm very excited for it. Very, very excited. Can't wait for my precious little cousin. Love her so much to come join us. But again, 833-212-1017. We got to get into the real topics and conversation of the day with our weekend roundup. So go ahead, hit it.
Truth Nation, we know you have a busy life and the weekend went by too fast. If you missed any of the headline stories, no worries. We got you covered on the top stories you may have missed. Tap in for the weekend recap on Truth to Power. Kyle, tell Truth Nation the biggest headlines they need to know.
Yes, the biggest headlines you need to know from the weekend. We'll start with the unfortunate news for the city of Milwaukee as the officer who was shot, Kendall Corder, succumbed to his injuries. He was shot while arriving at a shots fired incident on Thursday evening around 25th and Garfield. He, again, unfortunately did not make it. This is a tragedy which should and will rock and has rocked the city. Just very sad. Very, very sad to rock the city to its core. You know, any officer being shot and killed is awful, as this city has seen 6 officers lose their lives in the line of duty since 2018. And with this one, and all is tragic. Very, very tragic, and it's horrific. And we shouldn't stand for it. We should not stand for it, but I'll be lying to you if I said that this one didn't sting just a little bit more and hurt just a little bit more. Because when I look at the pictures, right, I see a black man. I see a black man who was shot. I see a black man who was killed. I see a black man who has lost their life. And so often we talk about we need more people from the community who lived in the community, grew up in the community, to step up and serve and protect the community. And so when someone actually steps up and takes on that calling of trying to protect the community, right? Someone trying to police the community. And I didn't know the brother personally, but I just think the significance of a young black brother who, again, signed up to be the change he wanted to see in this city being slain in the city is sad. It's very, very sad. And I think that's why the community hurts from this one, because of the fact that we saw a black officer lose his life senselessly. And the photo that gets me is that there's a photo of Officer Kendall Corder and his father from when he was getting his pinning ceremony, when he was officially becoming an officer. And you've seen that photo with his dad putting the pin on him. I hurt for his father. That photo will live on forever because it's a photo of 2 black men loving each other, caring about each other, a father and a son. Something that we preach about in the community. We need more fathers and more sons to be together. We need more fathers to be in their children's lives. We need more black men to be in positions of power. We had that, and we tragically lost that at the hands of somebody from the community. So again, it tears me apart to see this. And as Chief Norman said yesterday, at this moment, we are all in pain. In Truth Nation, I feel that pain. And in this moment, I feel a sense of hopelessness. And hopelessness is a thing that it's probably going to go away. But the hopelessness feels that our city will never change. That we're always going to have crime, that we're always going to have murders, we're always going to have issues. Like maybe I feel that for today, but I know it would dissipate and go away. But this feeling right now is definitely hopelessness, that we don't value one another's lives. We don't value it whatsoever. And so it's just the reality of the moment. But again, this is a sixth officer who has lost their life in the line of duty since 2018 in the city of Milwaukee. And this is just the second officer during that time that lost his life being shot. The last one was Peter Jerving, who was a police officer here in Wisconsin and Milwaukee as well. He was shot and killed while responding to a robbery back in February of 2023. So again, this is a tragic, sad situation that we have to deal with, and unfortunately, this officer and his family will have to deal with the outcomes of the senseless violence when he was trying to protect and serve a community that looked like him. On to the next story of the big day of the day. Here is the big beautiful bill could pass today. Yes, so I'm talking about the big beautiful bill. We're talking about the Trump tax bill that could pass in the United States Senate today. Now, when we talk about that bill, I want you all to know the congressional, the CBO office. It was just an office that is a nonpartisan office that takes a look at, estimates on how much these bills will cost. It's a nonpartisan office. They just take a look at the bill and they say, this is how much this bill will cost us over the next 5 years, over the next decade. And according to the CBO office, again, nonpartisan office, said that this new bill, that the Trump's big beautiful bill, will cause big beautiful debt for America, $3.3 trillion in debt. And the biggest beneficiaries from this tax bill will be the rich. And that's where a lot of people have found a lot of issue with this bill. I think Sherwin Hughes talked about it during his show. But as the nation's top income earners will see a significant decrease in their tax bill, right? That is why it's so controversial, is that they are cutting programs that are typically used by lower middle class individuals or individuals who are in poverty. Some of the programs that are used by these individuals, such as Medicaid, is one. They're cutting taxes, or they're cutting funding to some of these programs to provide tax cuts to the rich. It's the opposite of Robin Hood, y'all. It's stealing from the poor to give to the rich. And in a typical America, when you hear stealing from the poor and giving to the rich, people will be outraged about it. That's why Robin Hood was so popular, right? It was so popular because he would steal from the rich and give to the poor. And now we are looking at a government that is legitimately cutting funds to the poor and cutting funds to lower income individuals and reallocating those funds to the top income earners. And I'm all about getting rid of any fraud or waste that can be found in any of these programs. I'm all about it. Like, I am 100% on finding some of the improprieties that you can find when you dig deep into whether it's Medicaid or anything, right? I'm all for that. But I am 100% against reallocating those tax savings and or those savings that we have to give a tax break to the rich. It's downright diabolical of the fact that they are literally looking to cut funding to some of the people who need it most and give that funding to people who don't need it at all. But this is what people voted for, and this is what people get. And what you'll find is in some of these states that are some of the most poorest states in this country, they will be impacted more than places like Wisconsin. And so that's why you see some of these senators from some of these lower income places who are starting to speak out against this because they understand the negative impact. But it's interesting to me when we talk about red states versus blue states and we talk about where the lowest income places are. I'm going to give y'all a list of the places with the highest poverty rates in America. And I'm going to tell you how they vote. And I'm going to tell you why this is the exact reason why they are in poverty. Number 10 is Florida, 13.1%. They have a lot of remote areas. If you go towards the coast on the oceanside coast and you go north up that coast, it get real broke. Port Orange, Florida, and places in there's places close to Daytona going up there. They get real country and real broke at a heartbeat. Texas, number 9, 14.2%. high poverty rate. Tennessee, 14.6% poverty rate. Alabama, 16% poverty rate. Arkansas, 16.1% poverty rate. Kentucky, 16.1% poverty rate. West Virginia, 17.1% poverty rate. New Mexico is the only state on here that votes blue that has an 18.6 poverty rate. Louisiana, 18.7, and Mississippi, 19.6. So it's always interesting to me that people talk about Democratic states and all this and that. But meanwhile, 9 of the 10 states that have the highest poverty rate in the United States of America are all in red states who vote red in these elections, who vote for Republicans as governors. These states all have high poverty rates. And they have high poverty rates because they buy into this fallacy of that they're not the ones that are beneficiaries of these programs. They act like they're higher than thou. They think it's people of color that benefit from this. But what they don't realize is that when they vote a certain way, they're voting against their own interests. And the proof is in the pudding, where these states have some of the highest poverty rates in the country. Top 10, 9 of the top 10 highest poverty rates in the United States are all in red states. And they continue to vote red year after year after year, and nothing changes. These people are not the brightest. And they understand that. When I say they, I mean the people in power understand they're not the brightest. If you can fearmonger them or make them think that there's somebody else coming that's going to hurt them, or as people would say, socialism is going to destroy them, as if their own mess and yard isn't already destroyed and decimated. These people in these southern places sometimes live in destitute. It's disgusting. Now, to the good side of the bill, there is some good coming from this bill, because one good thing coming from this bill is that middle-income families will see an $1,000 tax saving, which is nice, while the top 10% will get an average $12,000 in saving, which is, okay. While the lowest income group will see a decrease of about $1,600 in resources each year. This is not a bill that is for the common man or common woman whatsoever, so I'm just letting y'all know that this bill that's probably going to end up passing will have ramifications that hurt people more than it helps people. On to the next story of the day is free Uber rides on July 4th. Yes, free Uber rides this week. If you are looking to go out, hang out, enjoy the 4th of July in the city of Milwaukee, well, thank you to Pemberton Personal Injury Law Firm. You can get a free Uber ride on July 4th here in the city of Milwaukee. Now, they are doing this to encourage sober driving and a safer celebration. The law firm is providing many Wisconsin residents with one free Uber ride up to $25. Yes, up to $25 in select cities in the state of Wisconsin. Milwaukee is one of those cities. From the time of 4 p.m. on July 4th to 9 a.m. on July 5th, they're providing free Uber rides or Uber rides up to $25. So you have to pay after $25 for you to be able to catch an Uber. So make sure you're making safe and healthy decisions as we are coming up on the 4th of July weekend. On Friday is the 4th of July. So make sure you all are making safe and healthy choices this week as we get ready to celebrate. So again, if you want to find out more information, the offer applies to riders 21 or older. If you want to find out more information, go ahead and just Google. I'm going to tell you how to Google because I got a link here and it's too long. But just Google free Uber rides Milwaukee 4th of July. And you'll find the link to the website to be able to get that free Uber ride. But definitely get y'all free Uber rides coming on July 4th where they get you up to $25 worth of Uber rides. So I'm sure it's until supplies last. So go ahead and snatch up your free Uber ride. And lastly, the last story I want to talk about is the Milwaukee Bucks. 3 quick hitters. Shout out to Bobby Portis. He is back with the Milwaukee Bucks. So happy to have Bobby Portis back with the Milwaukee Bucks. Former guard Malik Beasley's being investigated for gambling and potentially, I don't know if it was throwing games, but gambling on potential games while he was a Milwaukee Buck. So that'll be an interesting story to hear. And then also for you Bucks fans, because y'all know I do love my sports. Big week for the Milwaukee Bucks, y'all. Make sure y'all stay tapped in and tuned in because the Milwaukee Bucks this week will be retooling their roster around Giannis. It's not a lock that Giannis will stay. We believe he's going to stay here in Milwaukee, but this week, free agency starts actually today, so we'll see what the Milwaukee Bucks do. We wanted to give everybody an update on some of the movements happening with the Milwaukee Bucks. But that has been your weekend recap right here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Now, on the other side, I'm going to talk about how Milwaukee gets in his own way too many times and is keeping us from living up to our true potential as a city. I'm going to tell you a story about how too many visionless people in the city of Milwaukee are making too many important decisions. We'll talk about that on the other side. Keep it locked. You're listening to Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace, and I'm trust y'all. Y'all gonna want to hear this story on the other side.
More of Truth to Power is next on 1017 The Truth, the Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, unfortunately, violence is on the rise in Milwaukee, and this is a problem which impacts us all. Please join me and the Truth team on Saturday, July 12th from 9 a.m. to noon for our third annual Walk Against Violence, supported by 1MKE. Enough is enough. Now it's time to bring an end to senseless violence in our community. To join our Walk Against Violence on Saturday, July 12th, visit truthwalkagainstviolence.com to sign up today.
Truth Nation, you already know I got to put you on the latest hookups at Nick Avani's. Summer is here, and Nick Avani's is bringing all the heat all month long with 50% off select items during June. Whether you're leveling up your wardrobe or just want to turn heads wherever you go, they've got you covered with top-tier fashion. Suits, shirts, ties, shoes, and more. It's all about that fresh look and confident vibe, and Nick Avani's is making sure you step out feeling like $1,000,000. Pull up to Nick Avani's on the second floor of Mayfair Mall or visit them online at nickavanis.com.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute.
So Black women's leadership needs to be prioritized. That means a whole lot of things, but it includes a message for white women, which would be, it'll be wise for you to take our lead. We've already demonstrated everything there is to the world about who we are. We shouldn't have to keep doing that over and over again. The reality is that there are times when we got to muster up the energy to do some things we don't want to do, but I don't want that to be commonplace for me, and I certainly don't want it to be commonplace for other Black women. There's often this message that we need to stay strong because there are people depending on it. No, we need ourselves.
Yeah, you can't, what do they say? You can't pour from an empty cup?
Yes. And I even am hearing people say a lot more, you shouldn't pour from your cup at all until it overflows. And it's the overflow that you give. You keep the full cup for yourself.
This has been your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute. This is Truth to Power on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
By any means necessary, we gon' get it. Ain't about to play with nobody that think it's treacherous. DJ on the beat, so it's I was blinded. My son for my brother been gone 10, like where the time went. Got been dead for all these years, I'm still crying. To steal from you, then help you try to find it. Run that money up so you don't never feel that pain again.
Y'all hear that, T Grizzly? You're here, T Grizzly, because I will be giving away tickets. I will be giving away wristbands and 2 Summerfest tickets to go see T Grizzly this Saturday. I know I will be there. Front row wristband passes to go see T Grizzly. I'm a big fan of T Grizzly. He came here in Milwaukee during the election to get people hyped up to vote. But make sure you keep it locked, because at some point during this hour, I'll be giving away tickets to go see T Grizzly. I'll be giving away two tickets to see T Grizzly, actually. So very, very excited for that, because I'm a big fan of Mr. Grizzly. 833-212-1017. This is Truth to Power here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. I am your host of Truth to Power, Kyle Wallace. Make sure you watch and stream us live on YouTube. Go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube, or you can always download the 1017 The Truth app, where you can listen to us anywhere that you want to go. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to The Truth, as we are on our road to 5,000 subscribers. We are 1,100 subscriptions away. No, not 1,100. That we are. Oh, we're only 100. We're only 100 subscriptions away to 4,000. So I'm very excited about that. I was just talking to somebody today. They said because when I host on ESPN, so I'm also on 94.5 ESPN as well, 2 to 5. And whenever I host, I say our road to 10K. And at that point, we're at like 6,000 subscribers. They said, Kyle, why are you talking about road to 10K? I said, because I have a vision. And so now today we are almost at 10,000 subscribers on ESPN Milwaukee. But we got to get to 5K here on 101.7 The Truth. Now, a lot of music today because we're going to go off the top here as well. Because off the top, I got to talk about this nonsense that I saw from not even the city of Milwaukee this time, Milwaukee County.
Y'all know what time it is. It's time for Off the Top on Truth to Power. Kyle, let Truth Nation know what you got to get off your chest today.
Well, I wasn't ready to knuck if you buck when I saw this story, but I definitely was frustrated when I saw this story. Now, for me, if y'all know something about me, is I love the city of Milwaukee, and I want to see the city of Milwaukee grow. One of the biggest things that frustrates me the most about Cavalier Johnson, which I think he's doing a decent job, he's growing into the role, is the fact that there's not enough emphasis on developing and building the city of Milwaukee. I don't see enough industry being pushed in the central city of Milwaukee. I don't see enough housing developments inside the city of Milwaukee. There's some, right? Habitat for Humanity is, pushing for a goal to build like 160 houses in the city of Milwaukee. But we need more of that, right? We need more of that. And so when I see stories like this one here, I get so frustrated because it's just a reminder that this city has so many visionless people who live here and don't have a vision. Visionless politicians and individuals. Like, listen, I am one to always complain about the politicians, but also I'll praise politicians when they get things right. In this sense here, I feel like many politicians got this wrong. Many politicians in Milwaukee got this wrong. And for me personally, this is not a personal shot at them, but I don't think we always have our best and our brightest who are going for these roles because it's not the highest paying job. It's not. And I'm not saying I'm the best and brightest person at doing a radio. I just was given an opportunity that I'm going to do my best with every single day on this platform. And I dedicate myself to trying to deliver the best I can for the city day in and day out. Rhea know I put in a lot of work for this show. Hours and research and getting 2 shows together because I care about the message that I have, the platform that I have. See, I think too many people here in Milwaukee, and specifically the Milwaukee County Board, are short-sighted and do not evaluate an entire situation. They don't look at the whole situation. See, Milwaukee has a housing crisis when it comes to our elderly. I personally know that, and if you are anyone who has older family members who are 55 plus, who may have a disability, who may have an illness, who may just be aging, what you know is that there are not a lot of great options for the elderly to be placed in a home. Now, I'm not talking about elderly folks who need to be placed in assisted living. I'm talking about folks who are just getting older, retirement age, who may be looking to live in a safe and healthy environment that is clean, right? Because what's crazy to me is that for the past 2 years, we have been yelling and screaming about Hackham this, Hackham that, how poorly Hackham, the housing, Hackham stands for Housing Association of Milwaukee, City of Milwaukee. The Housing Authority of the City of Milwaukee. There it is. We've been complaining about the Housing Authority of the City of Milwaukee. Fire Willie Hines, do all this. We've been crying about the conditions, the awful conditions many folks from Hackham had to deal with. Sherwin had people on his show a couple years ago. Torrey had people on his show as well. We've talked about this extensively, about how there is poor housing options for our elderly and for our seniors. They got roaches inside of there. They got rats inside of there. They can't get things fixed or repaired. So we've heard the stories, the horror stories of what the elderly have been going through, the conditions that they had to live through. These are the elderly people who are saying that their living conditions were below subpar. So we complained, we yelled, we screamed, right? We got mad about it. So we complained about this. And then recently, the county had $2 million that was earmarked from the government to build safe, updated, affordable housing inside the community of Milwaukee for elderly folks. We had an opportunity to update housing, but unfortunately, a decision was made that we weren't going to update the housing. I want y'all to go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube so y'all can hear the story from, I believe it's WISN 12, about what recently went down last week that has me frustrated with the county board and frustrated at the fact that so many community members would say, we don't want to, update this area. We don't want to do this. We won't want to do that. Meanwhile, people are struggling. So go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube so you can hear the story and see the story about what our seniors are going through.
Center will stay open after county leaders shut down a proposal to close it. 12 News' Ariya Sandlin takes us to the meeting with fired up residents fighting for the McGovern Park Senior Center.
Moments before a heated meeting to decide the future of McGovern Park, one longtime resident struggled with the idea of losing part of her community.
And I don't mean to get emotional, but just the thought of it, brings tears to my eyes.
This retired educator says the McGovern Senior Center is like a second home.
We're seniors. We're old. You owe us this. I mean, we've given years of our life to the city. Leave us something to enjoy.
The proposal to build a new community center and senior housing on 5 acres of McGovern Park drew strong opposition from the supervisor of that district.
We don't understand how and why McGovern Park Senior Center was identified as the first step in developing our parks. We don't understand it.
Jewish Family Services was set to lease the land from the county for $1 and fund the entire project, saving the county millions of dollars.
Just in the next 5 years, if we just do anything in the next 5 years, it's $1.75 million for the foundation. That's just the foundation. That doesn't include the mechanical, the HVAC.
10 ayes, 7 noes, the item fails.
Supervisors rejected the proposal, with the county now forced to come up with $20 million needed for senior center improvements over the next 5 years. Residents say they are relieved and confident the funding will be found elsewhere.
We always find money to do everything else. We can find money to take care of that.
In Milwaukee, Ariya Sandlin, WISN 12 News.
So I want to respect some of my elders. I do. I want to respect them. I really do. I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't want to be disrespectful, but $20 million over 5 years, Rhea, help me, that's $4 million a year, ain't it? So the city of Milwaukee got to find $4 million a year. The same city of Milwaukee, the county of Milwaukee, that has already had to raise our taxes, and I don't know if y'all read or not, that it looks like we have some more issues coming when it comes to potential funding. So for me, when I see stuff like this, I respect my elders. But let's be honest, they're not shutting down McGovern Park. They're taking 5.5 acres. Of 61 acres of land, 5.5 acres of 61 acres of land that was going to be used to provide affordable housing for the aging population. So you have more safe, affordable housing inside the community by McGovern. But then on top of that, to replace a facility which is already there that needs maintenance, that has $20 million worth of maintenance that is needed. Now, this is what makes this story so interesting, is that I was recently last Thursday at the Washington Park Senior Facility. And when I walked in that senior facility, I thought to myself, this place is old, this place is outdated, and this probably needs to be replaced. And literally, that same night, I saw the story about the senior city at McGovern. And so that place needs to be replaced at Washington Park, and it needs to be replaced at McGovern Park, but we have some community members who decided that they wanted to be against this because it's taking away some of our space. Temporarily, yes. But you have an organization in Jewish Family Services that was willing to invest millions and millions of dollars, and they have a proven concept where they have buildings inside of Brown Deer and multiple buildings inside of Brown Deer where they have senior living facilities that are fantastic communities for our people in Brown Deer and not inside Milwaukee. But y'all upset because they're going to have to close down this senior facility where they can build a new one for you? It makes no sense. We don't have enough funds to maintain this maintenance, and you had an out. You had an organization that was willing to step up and assist you, and we said no. The county board stupidly said no. You had $2 million earmarked from the federal government to assist with this, and we said no. We said no. I don't get it. I don't understand whatsoever. Where do some of these people think money comes from? Because this money's only going to come from one place, and it's going to come from taxing community members like myself. And according to a spokesperson from Milwaukee County, when it comes to the maintenance, they said, given the backlog of deferred maintenance and capital project, this will be a fiscal challenge ahead for years ahead to be able to update this place. So now our seniors are going to have a low-quality facility. They'd rather have a low-quality facility that they get to move in for generations to come versus having an opportunity to be updated facility. This makes no sense. Milwaukee County Board, you make no sense voting against this. 833-212-1017. I want to know your thoughts on how you feel about the Milwaukee County Board voting down affordable housing project and a project that would have updated the McGovern Park, we call it McGov Park senior facility with funds from the federal government and also working with Jewish Family Services to build on 5.5 acres of the 61 acres of land that we have there at McGov Park. What are your thoughts on this? 833-212-1017. Do you think it was a good idea to turn down Jewish Family Services and building a brand new affordable housing senior facility and also basically turning down $2 million to help improve that senior facility that we have over there? 833-212-1017. That's the Truth Talk, the text line. You can also watch and stream us live on YouTube by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. I see y'all talking in the chat there. I'll definitely get to that. But on the other side, we'll take your calls, we'll read your texts, and we'll continue having a conversation about the visionless people that are in charge of Milwaukee County. Shame on y'all.
Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
People need people, whether in Junior Achievement's BizTown, where students work together to run a city, or in the real world, where blood donors can help save lives. Join Junior Achievement of Wisconsin and Versity for a mobile blood drive on Tuesday, July 15th from 2 to 6:30 p.m. at JA's headquarters near Highway 100 and Good Hope Road. While you're there, tour Jim's JA BizTown, where students take on real-world roles like CEO, banker, and mayor, learning how communities thrive through teamwork and leadership. Sign up today at wisconsin.ja.org.
Ever had a question about local services, neighborhood events, civic engagement, or ways to get more involved in the community and just didn't know who to ask? That is where 1MKE comes in. 1MKE is a nonpartisan coalition helping Milwaukee residents to find trusted information and easy opportunities to get civically engaged. Want to plug into a neighborhood event, find community services, give back through volunteering? 1MKE is here to help. Learn more and get involved and fill out their community feedback survey at 1MKE.org. That is 1MKE.org. We are 1MKE.
Truth Nation, let us talk our ish for a moment. There is no other station in the country where you get a front row seat to hear from some of the biggest names in politics, pop culture, and sports. People like Grammy Award winner John Legend.
Knowing that fight isn't over, knowing that we've got to stay motivated and stay inspired. Glory was a song that myself and Common wrote. Two brothers from the Midwest, from Chicago and from Springfield, Ohio.
Oscar Award winning actor Don Cheadle.
I know that we're the bright, shiny thing that sometimes gets the attention, but I would say don't listen to celebrities. You don't have to listen to us. Listen to yourself.
And President Donald Trump's son, Don Jr.
When did we have a strong economy? And I don't think anyone with a straight face can say right now. And the reality, when you look at it, it's not even voting for my father. Look at the team that's now surrounding him.
Tap into the award-winning and nationally recognized 1017 The Truth by downloading the Truth app and streaming us live at 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
Just a little heads up before something bad happens.
Move your coffee cup away from your computer.
Oh, no.
So you can have more control.
Stop. You're texting your boss by mistake.
Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Warning. The cap is loose on that ketchup.
Ugh.
Don't wait. You have the power to change the outcome. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. The Milwaukee Brewers' 4-game win streak came to a screeching halt after a 4-3 loss to the Colorado Rockies, this one going in extra innings. With the loss, the Brewers dropping to 47-37 on the season. They'll hit the road out in New York to begin a 3-game series on Tuesday. Over to the NBA, where the U.S. District Attorney's Office is now investigating former Milwaukee Buck and current Detroit Pistons guard Malik Beasley on allegations of gambling related to NBA games and prop bets. And sticking with the NBA, Bobby Portis signing a 3-year, $44 million contract to return to the Milwaukee Bucks with a player option for 2027 and 2028. And lastly, we'll head over to the NFL. According to Adam Schefter, the Miami Dolphins agreeing to trade 3-time All-Pro cornerback Jalen Ramsey to the Pittsburgh Steelers in exchange for safety Minkah Fitzpatrick. The Sports Update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
It is Truth to Power on 101.7 The Truth app, and streaming live on 101.7 The Truth on YouTube.
I was just chopping it up with my people the other day. And these people who I know really love me, like, they be telling me something I don't want to hear sometimes.
One call, that's all with Gruber Law Offices. If you or a loved one is ever injured in an accident, do not hesitate to make one call, that's all to Gruber Law Offices. They will take care of you. I'm telling you, I don't go back and forth with the insurance companies. If somebody side swipes, you call Gruber Law Offices. If somebody rear ends, you call Gruber Law Offices. If somebody hits the front of your car, call Gruber Law Offices. Don't go back and forth with insurance companies. If somebody tries to say, we can handle this offline, do not do it. Make one call, that's all to Gruber Law Offices, and they will take care of the rest. You know the name, you know the brand, because you understand the results, and they get great results. And always remember, there's no fee to call them. There's no fee to consult with them, no fee to retain them whatsoever, and you never pay a single penny until they win your case. So get with the law firm that has results that speaks for themselves by calling Gruber Law Offices today at 414-276-6666. That's 414-276-6666, or visit them at gruber-law.com. Is one call, that's all with Gruber Law Offices. And also, this is the last weekend of Summerfest, so come and enjoy the world's largest music festival while you still can, Thursday through Saturday. Many of music's top artists will be coming to Summerfest. Check out T Grizzly, Ira Star, Ray Nitty, 310 Baby, Steve the Stoner, 414 Big Frank, and so many more. Don't miss out on all the fun at Milwaukee's biggest party, Summer Party. Get your tickets now at summerfest.com. And Summerfest is presented by our founding partner, American Family Insurance. And thank you to our official Summerfest food provider, Major Goolsby's. It is Truth to Power here on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. And on the other side, we're having a conversation talking about the fact that here in Milwaukee, we have turned down an opportunity. The Milwaukee County Board turned down an opportunity to have new housing, affordable housing built for seniors inside of McGovern Park, and also replace an aging senior facility that we have there at McGovern Park, a senior center that needs $20 million of maintenance over the next 5 years, and they also are going to replace that as well. They're going to take 5.5 acres of 61 acres of land, and we're going to put housing inside a community where I know that my grandparents grew up not too far from there, so I went to McGovern Park growing up, but also in a community as a black population. The county board turned it down. Many people complained about it, said they did not want it, so they turned it down, and now we have to figure out how we're going to maintain this building. I want to hear from you. How do you feel about this? 833-212-1017. Alan, Milwaukee, on awarding 101.7 The Truth. What are your thoughts on this conversation?
I think it would probably be great to put it either down at the lakefront or down on the river, because at the rate we're going, the inner city of Milwaukee is going to look like the projects of Freeport or Rockford, because we have affordable housing popping up all over the city. I think that would be detrimental for the homeowners. We got to be known for more than affordable housing and low income. They got tons of land over there down. You can put it down there on the lakefront or put it down there on the river. But when is it going to end? Because sooner or later, these property owners ain't going to be able to sell their house because it's going to be low income everywhere.
Well, this is for senior living facility. This is for seniors as well, which, I mean, we have an aging population.
I understand that, but they can put that down there on the river. They got all that land over there. We got to think about the homeowners. You ain't going to be able to sell your house if you go up here 2 blocks. You got affordable housing. You got senior here. You got low affordable housing here. When is it going to end? Put it down on the river or put it down on the lakefront. Give them something better. But you got to also think about the people within the inner city. Kyle, the leak. It's going to be nothing but EBT and low-income housing. Okay,
I hear you.
When is it going to stop?
I hear you, Al. I'm just a fan of building homes or building places in the community. I agree. I want to have more houses, but I feel like this affordable housing project, which was going to be funded by JFS and had $2 million extra dollars, this was too big to pass up. You're going to replace an aging facility that needs $20 million of maintenance over the next 5 years. I thought like this was a great opportunity to have. They were going to have some low income housing in there, but also senior living facility, especially based off the problem that we're seeing with Hackham. I have somebody I know in my family that lived in one of them buildings with Hackham, elder facility, and they couldn't stand it. They can't stand staying there because of the things they have to deal with, but because of the restricted income that they have, because a lot of these elderly folks have, they have income that is, fixed incomes. They can't afford to move in other places. So sure, if they want to put it down by the lake, which they have some already in downtown Milwaukee, great. But I feel like McGov was a great option where to put this at. 833-212-1017. Dee Dee, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. What are your thoughts about McGov Park and city leaders?
Yes, I want to say good afternoon to you and your staff, and especially all the beautiful all the people on the chat board. I just love them. But anyway, Kyle, I really wanted to say, too, when did it become so expensive? I'm an elder, and I'm taking care of my elder son. I'm his caretaker. When did it become so daggone expensive? I have a friend, she's in a senior building in Elm Grove paying $1,500 a month.
Mm-hmm.
When did it become so expensive for us? That's what I want to know. So when they do build up, it's going to be an arm and a leg for us to even try to live somewhere. And I love what Al said also. I love you, Al. Thank you so much, Kyle. Everyone have a wonderful rest of their day. Thank you, Kyle.
Thank you, Ms. Didi. And I think, again, that is something as well why I think it's so important, imperative to have this senior housing. Now, I'm with Al when it comes to, I am not a fan of just building up, affordable housing everywhere, low-income housing everywhere, because with low-income housing does come some low-income attitudes and comes those who haven't had property before. But when I look at our seniors, right, when I look at our aging population, that's different. I feel like with that population, they're much more mature, obviously with age, but they're just looking for an affordable, good place to live. They shouldn't have to deal with bed bugs. They shouldn't have to deal with roaches. They shouldn't have to deal with people not having an adequate building. They've worked hard, they tired, they deserve the best as they finish off the back end of their years. Most of these people got 20, 30 years left in their life. Let's give them the best 20, 30 years, some of them 40 years, at the back end of their life. 833-212-1017. Patricia in Milwaukee, what are your thoughts here on McGov Park in Milwaukee County turning down the opportunity to build affordable housing?
Well, hello, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
I'm pretty glad. I'm glad that they turned it down. I think Milwaukee is known for having beautiful, beautiful parks for us to enjoy. I also feel like if they're going to do that, why not put it in a park in Wauwatosa or something like that? We're always the guinea pigs in Milwaukee, for things of this nature. Why must it be in the park? There's plenty of land to build one of these things.
Patricia,
I just don't understand why they want to take away our green spaces. We love the park.
I agree. I love the park too, but you can leave it wrong. Patricia, so what it is the fact that what they're looking to do is there's a senior facility they have there, the McGov senior
I went
facility.
to the meeting. I know what they're looking to do.
So they're looking they're looking to update it. So for me, I think 5.5 acres, being able to take an aging facility like this that you're already going to have issues with maintaining and getting maintenance for, so they're going to have to put it on backs of somebody else to be able to build the new facility. Can I ask you
one question?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, absolutely.
Without interrupting. We already have senior subsidized housing, and you see where that went to. And it didn't happen like that because of the seniors living there. It happened like that because Milwaukee people in what was his name that was over that the housing. They
Willie
didn't
Hines.
take care of it. So Willie Hines. So why in the world would we want that same issue? Why not fix the houses that they have? Nobody's fighting for that. Why not get those places cleaned up? Why start something in the middle of the park where, we don't have much in Milwaukee for ourselves? And, I met some of the seniors. they really enjoy their center as it is, and I feel like put more money into that center and build it up. But why put a complex? I agree with Al. That's all I can say.
I appreciate that.
You have a great day.
You too, Patricia. I agree. I mean, again, we're going to have a difference. Everybody's going to have a difference of opinions in the way that we look at this. And so for me, it's, I think Mona Elephant made a great point talking about the fact that one day we are all going to age, right? And so when you think about the facility that we have, we can't just think about now. We got to think about the future, right? We got to think about the fact that eventually this aging facility, you're just kicking the can down the road. You're just kicking it down the road. And I understand they love their part. They may like the facility that they have now, but an updated facility that's more adequate, they would probably love even more. And I appreciate Patricia going to the different meetings. But when I look at the fact that they are building they're building affordable housing in other communities. I know they built some in Brown Deer as well. I just feel like it's unfair for our community members to have to move out to different places in order to have great housing. And when it comes to Willie Hines and it comes to housing, is that, yeah, they definitely should update that housing. But you have an aging population. You have people who are still living longer, which means that there's going to be a lower supply. If you have people who are living longer and you have more people going into retirement, what you're going to find is you're going to find a shortage of housing, right? And so that's why I think it's important for us to be able to continue to build this new housing. So I am adamantly against the fact that they voted this down. I feel like it's a lot of visionless individuals. I feel like we're not looking for the future. We're short-sighted. We're thinking about, I want this old aging space now. And I'm telling y'all, I was at the Washington Park Senior Center last week, and the first thing I said to myself is this building looks like it's from the 70s, 60s. It was that old. 833-212-1017. I'll share my final thoughts on the other side, but right now is your chance on the award-winning 1017 The Truth to get a great hookup. Now is your chance to win a 2-pack of Summerfest tickets and a pair of wristbands to see T Grizzly live at Summerfest on Saturday, July 5th. Call 833-212-1017. Be caller number 5 and be caller number 10 for your chance to win these wristbands. Yes, we're giving away 2 of those packs. So right now, this is your chance to win a 2-pack of Summerfest tickets and a pair of wristbands to see T Grizzly live at Summerfest. Be caller number 5 and caller number 10 at 833-212-1017 for your chance to win these tickets and wristbands to see T Grizzly at Summerfest on Saturday, July 5th. That's 833-212-1017. That's caller number 5 and caller number 10. We'll wrap up the show on the other side.
You are listening to Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app. Catch Truth to Power every weekday from noon to 1 p.m.
Summerfest is back, and the award-winning 1017 The Truth has got you covered. With free tickets, Truth Nation, to the world's largest outdoor festival. Tune into The Truth all week and listen for your cue to call and a chance to win an 18-pack of tickets to Summerfest.
Benjamin, I know you lying.
No, Juice, you heard that right. It's an 18-pack of tickets so your friends and family can enjoy Summerfest on us. So stay tapped into The Truth so you do not miss your chance to enjoy the biggest party on the lakefront. Summerfest is presented by our founding partner, American Family Insurance.
It's 1017 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. When it's time to upgrade your windows and doors, wouldn't you like to work with the best? But maybe you're thinking in these volatile times, I don't want to spend a fortune. Well, Pella, the best in the industry, has a product line for every budget, and right now you can get no interest and no payments for up to 2 years. And if the plan is to wait, guess what? You can get it now and wait to start making payments up to 2 years. Pella truly believes that quality windows and doors don't have to be expensive. With a range of affordable options and products assembled in the U.S., you can get the look you want at a price you can afford. And with Pella's free in-home consultation, no obligation quote, and range of available financing, getting new windows and doors from Pella is easier than you think. Certain restrictions apply. Ends June 30th of 2025. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Truth Nation, you already know I gotta put you on the latest hookups at Nick Avani's. Summer is here, and Nick Avani's is bringing all the heat all month long with 50% off select items during June. Whether you're leveling up your wardrobe or just want to turn heads wherever you go, they've got you covered with top-tier fashion. Suits, shirts, ties, shoes, and more. It's all about that fresh look and confident vibe, and Nick Avani's is making sure you step out feeling like $1,000,000. Pull up to Nick Avani's on the second floor of Mayfair Mall or visit them online at nickavanis.com.
Adrian was seriously injured when a careless driver merged into her lane.
Gruber was there for everything that I needed. Any questions that I had, Gruber was there. They made me feel like everything about my situation and my accident was very important to them, and that made me feel good. And I would definitely call Gruber again for that.
Serving Wisconsin for over 35 years, Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
They go above and beyond for their clients.
Get that jump start to a fulfilling career at Carroll University through majors such as video game design, music therapy, pre-law, and over 90 additional majors. Carroll University is Wisconsin's oldest university. Founded in 1846, Carroll offers students small class sizes, personalized attention, and a generous financial aid package while they receive a cutting-edge education. Learn more at carrollu.edu. That's carrollu.edu.
You are listening to Truth to Power on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
1, 2, 3, ho!
Congratulations to Dante and Ronald on winning today's T-Grizzly giveaway. Tune in to Truth to Power all week long as I will be giving away wristbands every day, well, almost every day this week. To get your tickets to Summerfest, visit summerfest.com. Now, to wrap up the show today, I just want to say this, Truth Nation, is listen. We had a chance to revitalize and reinvent McGovern Park while also providing a space for people in our community to have great living conditions, and a county board stupidly said no. I know a lot of people in their 50s, 60s, and 70s who live around that neighborhood or Central City, Milwaukee, and there is a need for safe and affordable housing. We need to start being more realistic and be solution-based. We vote no and have no alternative. They literally said in the video, you heard the elderly person say, we can find another way to pay for it. No, we just give some ideas. What's the real alternative? Because what we know is the only other alternative is raising our taxes. That's the alternative, is taking more money out of our pockets. Our city and county is struggling for cash due to the lack of money that we have coming in from the state. It was reported last week that there was an audit of Milwaukee County transit system, and that there was a $10.9 million shortfall for the fiscal outlook. They were missing $10.9 million. So you have to deal with the MCTS, and now you have to deal with the fact that we have this housing crisis here, and we have to pay for the maintenance of these places. So I've said it before, I'm not a fan of putting low-income housing just any old where. So when you have an opportunity to keep people inside the communities they grew up in, they love so much, we have to take advantage of it. But instead, some of our out-of-touch Milwaukee County Board voted against it. Some community members were against it as well, and y'all voted against the well-being of our community. And I say shame on y'all for that one. We have people who legitimately cannot afford to live in their homes because of rising property taxes in Milwaukee. Where do y'all want them to live? Y'all are taxing them out of their homes, and now older people with money are going to have to move to other places. And with that goes their state income taxes. We can't yell and scream about not having good, safe housing when we had an opportunity to build good, safe, affordable housing for our senior population. This has been Truth to Power here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Thank y'all so much for tuning in and tapping in. Coming up next is the Tori Lowe Show from 1 to 4. Peace out. I will see y'all tomorrow. Thank you so much, Truth Nation.